Hey everyone, this is Noble Artist here, and today in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make the first order Stormtrooper blaster rifle. It's a lot to say, okay? Now, this weapon is really awesome, and it has a lot of pieces. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It has 12 pieces on it. So, with that being said, I'm going to try to show you how to make this, or how I tried to make this weapon. And it's going to, actually I'm going to count the pieces because I'm not sure if that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. So it's not too bad. Wait, 10, 11, because that's 2. Okay, so that's 11 pieces. It's a lot. And this is going to be just a straight video, me trying to put this together. And if it doesn't work out exactly how I want, then I apologize. But I'm going to try to go ahead and get started. What you're going to need is a Lego pistol. This is the base for it, not the other kind of gun. You're going to need some type of toothpick or dye rod. And then this material is kind of hard to explain because I just found it, but I have this really thin plastic. This is what I use for a lot of like my supply packs and stuff. This is like credit card thin material. Then you're going to need a thicker piece of that for the clip, a small band of metal, and then again, if that credit card material, I cut out this that shape where it's kind of like a little mountain almost. So you're gonna need that. And then this piece of plastic was off some weird like wiring thingy that I had, or it's kind of hard to explain that as well because I don't know what it is. But it just is another straight piece of plastic. And then I only need a little bit of this, but this is like a thin cable, some kind of computer cord thingy. So anyway, do your best to get these materials. If you need to pause this to go get some stuff, go ahead and do that. You will also need a pair of tweezer bees, or tweezers, those help. You'll need some scissors to cut the metal, and then an X-Acto knife if you need it in order to trim that plastic. Goes really well with that. You also need a file or sandpaper of some description, because when you cut the plastic it's going to be kind of rough around the edges. And you're also going to need some glue. Now I got this glue at the dollar store, but I realized that you get 2 of these for $1, but you get 3 of these for like $1.30 or something really cheap at Walmart. So probably better to go to Walmart and get some of this stuff. Or use whatever you have, doesn't matter. So I'm going to try to get into this video. First thing you're going to do is cut off the scope of the gun. Now you also need a pair of pliers. I have a pair of pliers here. You will need to cut off the scope like so. Got a pile of plastic, I can put that in. Cut off the barrel, just a little barrel, but you want to cut that off because you're going to put your own. And then it's optional to cut the back off, and for this I did, but it's not that much bigger, or the difference isn't that much, so you can leave it on if you want. I don't know, I probably should, but I've already cut it off, so it's too late, no going back. So what you're going to do next is take your file or whatever you have, sandpaper. Oh, it's a great sound, isn't it, everybody? You want a file, you just want it to be smooth, because sometimes it's like, if you don't cut it right, it'll be jagged, or it'll just be uneven, and you definitely want it to be even. That's it's a must-have. Okay, so now that you got that done, you can also trim the handle. I'm not going to do that in this video because it's going to take some time, but I cut the handle a little bit shorter, and this sanded around the edges because the handle was like, it's not a lot longer, but it's a lot longer. I didn't like it. So anyway, once you've done that, the next step you're going to do is glue the barrel on. So the barrel is this longer piece of, I almost said plastic, but it's toothpick. So it's wood. So you're going to take that. It doesn't really matter which side you apply the glue on. I'm going to go ahead and apply it to the gun part, and then set that on there like so. Hold that, and before it sets, sometimes it won't set, like you'll think it's drying, but it doesn't have a good set to it, and then it's just really weak, and then other times you like the second you touch it, it's like super hard, and it stays on there permanently. So you just kind of have to be careful. Make sure the barrel is straight. where you want it. You can also put a little bit more glue after that step has been done. Just to make it a little bit safe. Whoop. You can drop it. So let me see. That's no. See, that was, you can even touch it. Like, I don't know why, but sometimes the glue does that where it just doesn't, it gets really gloopy. That's not a word, but it does it. And it just won't, it won't dry at all. So let's try that again. I'm going to actually use my hands for this because it's not that hard. So I'm going to set it on again. Get it lined up. Look down the barrel. Make sure the barrel is straight. Sorry. My hand was above the camera. I was looking at what I was working on and not what you guys were seeing. How rude. Okay, so that's not too bad. Okay, so now that we have that, next we're going to add the piece that goes underneath of the barrel, which is this thicker piece of I guess it's plastic. It's plastic, but it's like really malleable. So now to do this piece, what we're going to do is put glue on the underneath of the barrel that we just put on. Get my tweezer bees. And then we're going to simply just drop that on there like so. So then you can see, or can you see, I don't know. That piece is underneath there and you can see how it's even on both sides, which is really nice. That's what we want. And it comes off the edge just a little bit right there, a little bit long, which is what it looks like from Google. It's what I found in my research. So then you're going to take this next piece, and then it kind of has a slant on it. Like one side has a little, like a steeper slope, and this side has like the higher part on it. The higher part is going to go towards the end of the gun, so it's going to go like that. So once you take this, for this piece, I suggest putting the glue on the gun first because it's going to be hard to put it on the edge of that. So let's just put a little bit of glue, or that's a lot of glue, but it's okay. Plastic glues the plastic really fast with this. And then you're going to set it in the middle, like so. So now that piece is on, and as it dries really fast, as you can see, I can hold the whole thing up by it. It ain't going nowhere. So now that that piece is on, we will just keep on moving on. We're going to take our clip. Now the clip has a slight angle to it, which is what I want because the clip kind of goes back at an angle like that. And then we're going to put the clip right there in between that gap and then where the barrel is. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bead of glue right there. Put that, and it attaches super fast. It's awesome. Make sure that is on there. Now once you're done putting stuff on, you can always go back and add some more glue to the crevices and just let it soak in there and get a really solid or really secure fix on things. So next we're going to add is another little piece to this side. Now this piece is going to be this panel right here that has those two red dots. That's on the other side of the clip. That right there is the piece that I'll be adding next. So, yep. Okay, so I got that piece right here in my hand. I don't know if it's too big. It looks like it might be a little too big for that. So it is. So that's no big deal. What we're going to do is take our X-Acto knife and then just trim that off. Whoop, that went fine somewhere. And then measure this piece. Yep. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Ugh. That happens. Man, I had a bad grip on it and my tweezer bees released it and it went flying somewhere, and unfortunately I have no clue where it went. Okay, well, when that happens, the first thing to do is not panic. Everybody freak out! Oh God, I wasn't prepared for this. That's awkward, yeah. Okay, okay, so we'll just use some of this. It's a different material, slightly different color, but it will get the job done. in a hurry. Oh, it's right there. Whew, I scared myself. I thought I lost it. Another important rule, don't panic. So now that we have our piece back, put a little bit of glue on that. And then right here, it might be kind of hard to see because it's all black, but I'm just going to set it right there. Poke it a little bit so it dries, or so it has a good set. Alrighty, moving along. Okay, so now we have that. We're just going to keep on going with this side, and then we are going to add the stock to the gun. The stock is the part of the rifle that technically this doesn't need because it's like a little submachine gun and no one ever uses it, but it's the part that goes from your shoulder, or the part of the gun that rests against your shoulder to give you better aim, better accuracy. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back right there. Take this little tiny piece. Now you don't have to use a tweezer beads or something to hold it with. It's just a little bit easier. The first piece, the barrel, I didn't have to use one. I closed my door because someone came home and they're going to be loud. They might not be loud. But anyway, okay, so it's not exactly how I want it. If you can see how it's barely, I'm not sure how well you can see that it's barely connected because this piece wasn't sanded enough because it has like a weird edge from where it was cut. So when that happens, I just got to file it a little bit more to make sure that it's flat so it has more surface for the pieces to connect. And if you can tell by me doing this, I'm holding the barrel and doing that, so that glue dried secured enough for me to hold the barrel and sand the side, and this was wiggling and it still held. This is really strong glue. Come on. Okay, that should be good. And if that doesn't work, you can always use, I use sandpaper on the wood. Don't use the other thing because it's not going to work. You can always make this a little smoother too, because when you cut this, it can get little pieces on it. So find the flat side right there. Okay, round 2. I think this should work. And if it's not perfect and it's on there enough for just to get it on there, you can always put more glue. Come back after it's dried a little bit and add some more glue. Now normally if I'm making this for a figure and I'm not trying to do it for a video and I have time and I just want to get it done, I will come back to it. But for video's sake and the fact that I'm not good at editing, which I've already said a billion times, I gotta do this all in one go. So that's already on there. It's starting to dry and it's really fast. Let's see, I can already hold the back of it with it, so we're good. Okay, so now the next step is to attach the barrel. So this right here is the barrel. Why did I say the barrel? I have no idea. Because it looks like the barrel. This is the scope actually. And to make sure that it's the right length, we'll hold up to the other one that I made. Now you don't want the barrel or the scope to be too long. This is actually a little bit longer than I want. So that's a good thing because I can show you how to trim it. So if it's too long, take your X-Acto knife, hold it to where you want, like what part you want to cut off, and then roll it. Just gently roll it back and forth a little bit, and then if you can see, well, you won't be able to see it because of the color, but it's slowly cutting a ring around the part that you don't want, and then you can just cut it off. So with that being trimmed, let me sand it up just a little. Sanding paper everywhere. Okay, so let's give that another check. So yeah, that's pretty close. That's about the same size as the first one. And now this one is going to be a little bit different because I have a little piece of plastic that's elevating the scope just a little bit, and I don't know if I really want to put that on this particular gun. I don't know if I should. I feel like I should, but I don't have a piece prepared. Shows you how prepared I am for this. Okay, so we're actually going to put that little piece on. Now this can be anything, doesn't really matter. I don't want it to be something huge because I don't want the gun to be, I don't want the scope to pop off the gun too much. But I don't want it to not do what it's supposed to do. So let's just take another piece of this little plastic here. Let's cut a sliver of that off. Okay, that was pathetic. Let's cut a little bit bigger piece off. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now that I have this little piece of plastic, that too big, I'm going to cut this in half. Okay, so this is taking longer than I thought, but this can really be anything that you want. It don't matter. As long as you get something. So we're going to, oh my goodness, I just lost it again. What is happening to me? Just want to make a video. Okay, I don't know where it went. But I got this side, so I will use that. Unless this is that side, and I just freaked out again, like I said not to do. So we're going to put the glue on first. So put the glue about in the center of that, of the rest of the gun. Take the piece that you want, that you just made. Set that, set that in there, in the middle. Come on, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay. Push that down. Okay, so that's a little bit too high. Let me check. Let me double check. It might work. Nah, that's gonna work. Okay, cool. So now that that is on, we're gonna put a little bit of glue on the top of that piece. And now we will attach the barrel. Might have to hold this here for a second because it is a round cylinder that I'm trying to glue onto a point. So that might not want to stay naturally. This is where some finesse is involved. Okay. Woo. Does that look too hideous? Okay. You also want to make sure your pieces are proportionate. Nah, I don't like it. I'm really picky when it comes to certain things, and that is one of them. This piece on top is too big, so we're going to have to trim that a little bit. This might get dangerous. Or I might lose the piece. Either or. It's an art, not a science, people. Can't get it right every time. Ah, they broke it off. Okay, so let's find something else. Just ignore the last like 5 minutes of what I've done because I've done it wrong. Okay, let's try this one more time. Put that there. So basically I just put a different piece there that's a little bit shorter because the other piece stuck out really, like, stuck out way too much. Okay. So that's there. Let's give this another try. Put that there. Put the scope on. Try to let it dry. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too shabby. I will take it. It's not perfect, but then again, it's custom, so it's all good. So next you're going to do is take the metal band that you have and then take another piece of die rod or just a toothpick and then bend it around just one time. That's all you need. Just bend it around once, like so. And then well, actually keep it on there. Trim it. So then you have one ring that is bent around this. Slide it off. And then you're going to put, right there, put a little bit of glue on the scope, on the end. Don't need a lot at all. And then slide that over the end of the scope. Now, if you think of it, ahead of time, which I didn't, you can put the seam of it, actually I'm going to try to do that, put the seam that you just made underneath the scope. Okay, come on, cooperate. Oh, this is just, there we go. Okay, alright, not too bad, not too bad. But then again, I was watching my hands the whole time, so I don't know what you guys were actually seeing, so if you couldn't see it, I'm sorry. So basically, you're just going to slide that ring over the barrel, or over the scope. Repeat that process, which I'm not going to do for this for the sake of time, but you're going to repeat that process for the other side, and then once that's on, you can just put another bead of glue on the front, like that. I just put a bead of glue right in there, and that should hold it on there. Now for the top part, which is going to be this part right here, we are going to take this wire, or this little, not hose, I don't know what you would call this thing. It's a little wire, that's what I call it. Take your X-Acto knife, cut off a little tip, just a little bit off the top of that, like so, and you'll have a really small little piece, and it is a cylinder. It's going to be really blurry, but it's there in my hand. There we go. So you're going to take this piece, grab it, then you're going to put a little bit of glue in the center of your scope, or on the top, and then you're going to just drop that right on center. Or if you're like me, you can drop it on there and it's going to roll around and the glue is going to dry and it's not going to be perfect. And of course, when I do this for my own, it's like, it does go perfect. So I'm looking at it thinking that's way too big. So I'm going to take this plier and just trim that up a bit. Okay, there we go. So yeah, like I said, there's going to be another one of these metal bands on the other side, but for the sake of time, that is it. That is how you make this gun. Now all is left to do is to paint it. Hopefully these instructions were simple or somewhat understandable, and then you will be able to make a gun just like this one here is the finished one. So you can see that is how it is done. This one's just painted, obviously. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. Hitchhike it if you like it. Let me know what other tutorials you want to see next, and if you did find this one useful and you were able to make it for your custom, that's awesome. Let me know. Let me see it, because I want to see how well this tutorial helped, because I can learn from it too. And yeah, that went with this figure, which is the first place prize winner for my contest, which I will get that video out probably Saturday, because I'm not working Saturday, so I'll have more time to do that. So look forward to that coming pretty soon. I'll put some pictures of those guys on my Instagram. These two will probably be on eBay tonight, so I'll put a link in the description, so you can just click on it, it takes you right to it. All that coolness. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you could hit fist pound the subscribe button up here, helps me out a whole lot. And don't forget that if you're the first person to leave a comment on my videos, you'll get a shout out up in here. And if you have content, I'll leave a link to your channel. Also, if you are using like a phone or anything like that, I'm pretty sure annotations do not show up. And if you leave a comment for some reason, it won't let me reply to them. So I'm pretty sure you have to use a computer for me to be able to reply to the comments. I don't know. I just know that a lot of comments doesn't give me the reply button, so I can't get back to you. Anyway, with that being said, I hope everyone has a great day. God bless, and I will see you later. Bye.